Ready? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I were a fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, shimmering in the sun. Such a rare one, can't believe that you caught one. If I were a fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, heaviest in the sea. You'd win first prize if you caught me. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was scrolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, damn, they're cute and sing along. If I were a rock, you would pick me up and say, that's a nice rock, skippiest on the lake. Plop, 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 I'm the perfect shape. And if I were a sock, you would put me on and say, that's a nice sock, happiest as a pair. I found you, now I'm not scared. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was scrolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, damn, they're cute and sing along. How lucky are we? Of all the fish in the sea, you get to be you, and I get to be me. Just let him be me. We're as free as can be, to be the youest of you, and the meest of me. If I were a fish, 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 This is the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah!
All right. Welcome back, everybody. I just realized that just as I hit the button to switch over to the scene, I realized I updated the camera, but I didn't actually check if it messed with everything. So, I mean, ooh, it looks fine. Who cares? So, yeah, today, motherfucking hands. Motherfucking happy motherfucking hey hands. You fucking happy motherfucking no, you really motherfucking showed you motherfucking happy motherfucking hands. Was it playing any audio for y'all? Because I can't hear any audio from that. I heard nothing. No audio? Awesome! That's brand new! Wait, Tio could hear it? What? Scythe, I don't believe I got contacted from you. So don't worry. Couldn't hear the sub thing, sorry. Okay, Tio, you made me feel insane for a second there. Like, what could possibly have happened here? Alright, so yeah. Bun, eat me a ref. Jesus Christ, now I have more little doodles I need to fucking make. But yeah, no, today I have this. Okay, Bun, but yeet me the ref, because I don't think I saved what you made before. I have this I want to try and finish. And I have a little animated thing I have to do for this as well. And now I also have to do one for Bun. So, like, that's the plan today. I'm gonna have to move this table up just a little bit. There we go. So yeah, let's kind of dive in. So we were working on this character. This is gonna be a time. So yeah, how's everyone's day going? Okay. Like, we're just kind of starting with this because it's just feels easiest to start with. And it's something that kind of just like goes until I don't want it to anymore. Got a message from Bun. Probably gonna say like, get fucked loser or something. No, it says there you go. Got it. Small. Okay, did that not play any audio? Because I heard nothing for that one as well. Is that just like broken for some reason? Audio source check. Well, here's the deal. Here, I'm going to trigger a thing real quick. What'd you break this time? I changed nothing. Like, literally nothing has changed. Where the fuck's my cursor? There it is. Oh my god. Yeah, see, that makes sound. There's audio on that. So why do these other things not have audio? Hey, Win, can you introduce yourself for me real quick? I'm testing some audio on my stream.
Sup, I'm Win. Mean
That
green
makes
canine
sound.
machine with a penchant for indie grooves and laid-back vibes. Keep things PG-13, right? Oh yeah, and I got this sick manted Grand Prix. That's it, I guess. So, how'd your audio thingamajig do?
Well, they could hear you just fine, but some of my audio sources aren't playing properly. So I'm gonna try and figure this out. Thank you for the help. I think I know what might be happening. But if that's the case, it's super
Sure thing,
fucking
dude.
annoying.
Not like I'm doing anything hectic here, you know, other than being absolutely rippin'. Let me know if you need me to wail into the mic or something like that. Might help, right? I mean, I don't frickin' know.
Yeah, you really don't know. The difference between the animations and these other sound sources that we know work, and try not to go into technical jargon for OBS setup stuffs, right? But all of those animations that currently are not making sound are playing an audio file on Sammy. So Sammy is basically saying, okay, we're making this sound now. And it plays that sound. The stuff that's making sound currently are either on their own dedicated tracks, like Win, or they are a video file that has sound associated with it. No, never mind. That just destroyed my fucking logic. Tron! No, that one made noise. Yeah, so that destroys my logic, unless that is its own video file. I don't think it is. I have to find that fucking video. Nope, never mind, that is its own audio source. That is its own audio source. Okay. So yeah, that's not playing a audio thing through Sammy. Meaning that my logic might still be correct here. One of a few things. Either Sammy is unable to play audio right now. Sammy is like not hooked up to the right output, which would be very, very strange. Again, I changed nothing. Or through recent Sammy updates, they have done a handful of updates recently. None today, by the way. There was no updates today. Like, no updates between the last stream and this one. But there's an update that made it so it doesn't play OGG files anymore. It plays MP3s. Because I've had to put all those files in as OGG files because it could not handle MP3s. So if that's the case, I might have to change all of them over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to real quick do a little bit of wind brain surgery. I know it's going to cause some lag on the stream. We're going to do a little bit of wind brain surgery, and I'm going to real quick see what's going on with that audio sources. So give me 1 second. Okay, I just hit play on one of the sound effects and it's not making any noise. So, double check some stuffs. I'm restarting Sammy just to be sure. Okay, now it works. I do not have words for what happened. I changed nothing. I tested out a couple of audio sources and they weren't making any noise. And I restarted Sammy and it works now. I don't know. I don't know. That is not something I needed today. Just to have that totally break. Was it Turon? You caused problems. Get out of here! Banned! Banned! It was question fails. Did you turn it on and off? Yeah, right. It really was the solution this time. Yay. Turon was just so powerful. They jokingly feel a bad habit of taking you seriously. If anything, I would just do a timeout for like 5 seconds or something. But don't worry, there's no mods here. Because Bun will probably never be made a mod. Like, you can time themselves out. Oh yeah, that'd be so funny. Fun will now commence. Like, it is. It's very funny. Do you have like 2 mods? I don't feel like I'm missing one. I have 4 mods. Gunny, Dusk, Kyle, and Rob. But Kyle has like, you know, real life. And Rob, I don't know, he's just not on the internet space so much. It's just, you know, no real sense in unmodding someone, honestly. I just don't really feel like it. I probably could, and it would be like any issue whatsoever. I probably don't think you'd fucking notice. Plants nuke. Someone please defuse the bomb, thank you. I think it's at B. Yeah, basically 2 mods. Yeah. You're laughing on nukes and Dr. goes off. Cross just brings two friends and you never reverse provoke your friend. The lit nuke grenade. So, you know, that is a mod from, from Fallout New Vegas. No, I just put a fucking live bomb in their pocket. Funny. I'm trying to think of how best to make this character kind of work here. Howdy, Dusk! I see that the Fundraiser stream stuffs went really well. Like, I had it up, but I just did not have the energy yesterday for, like, socializing pretty much at all. So, but I had it up for the view stuffs. Speaking of mods... Yeah, right, speaking of mods. Fuck yeah. Is it raffled? Send it sometime today. Awesome. Yep, and I'll work on them as I'm able to. Nerd! Fun, how's your arts going? Says the nerd. You have an ID'd. An ID'd. I'm the one who owns this eye. Here's my deed proving that I own this eye. Yep. Pokemon trading card game. You got ID'd today, had to show leg. What? I don't even know what you're trying to say here. It's like, you got ID'd today, you're trying to buy alcohol? You had to show leg. I don't know what leg. You got away without showing your ID trying to buy alcohol because you showed your leg. That's the only way I can interpret this. Unfortunately, I do not remember the leg right now. Sorry. Video music theory, how composer abused the Game Boy's audience to make the OST. Yep. I've not actually seen the same video, but in essence, this OST for the Game Boy Color could not support this many voices. Like, genuinely, this track is impossible. So what they did was they had the in between the beats of various different notes in different tracks, they switched to a different thing entirely to play one beat of another part. So it implied having another voicing that didn't exist, because they just disabled one of the voicings, enabled another voice, made it play one note, and then disabled that voice and re-enabled the other voice again, so it continued playing for a few more notes. And they hot swapped, as well as having a certain form of like, what was it? They set up notes at the beginning of it that are in a very, very clear rhythmic pattern that your brain just auto assumes is there for the rest of it, when it's not actually fucking there for the rest of that. It's really goddamn clever. So yeah. Again, this isn't the OST that's playing right now. This is a remix of it, so we're not getting that experience out of this one. This is just authentic. But the original, like, fucking goes hard. And yeah, there's quite a few that does a thing that do similar. So it's really interesting to see how clever they had to be with some of that technology. A video game, or I think Game Mechanics Explained is a YouTube channel, something of that nature. They have a video on how the Pokemon cries worked in red, blue, and yellow. And that shit's fucking wild. It is absurd what they had to do to make the Pokemon cries in those games. Also, Bun, I see this now. Okay. This is like an older one, so I'm just gonna put this on here. There you go. Your ID. Forgot I made this. Leg! You had to show your ID. This is leg. So yeah. This song is not only a fucking a banger, but it's also a technical marvel that it exists, and it's just cool. I know that there's a effort to make a fan translation of the sequel, because Pokemon trading card game got a sequel, but it was Japanese only. They never released it in the US, they never translated it, nothing. So I know there's a fan effort to translate that and have that available, and I want to play that so damn bad. I don't know what stage it's at right now. I haven't looked in a while. Yeah, but what the fuck's the context of that image? My ID, I can't remember. Not play Driftvale City. It might be in the playlist somewhere. If you can find me a remix of it, I'll put it in the playlist. Like a good remix on YouTube. Or even a cover, honestly. I just put music in the playlist. I can get you an electric string remix of it. Do it. Send it to me on Discord. Yeah, isn't there electric string? Yeah. Someone beat you to the punch there. Like, my goal with this, casual reminder, my goal with this playlist is to have it be 100 hours long and none of it triggers copyright claims on YouTube. Actually, the most recent VOD I put up actually had something get hit. It wasn't like, oh, you can't play this, we muted the audio. It's, hey, just letting you know this is owned. So I have to look at that and see what's going on with it. If it's like clearly bunk stuff, then I tend to not bother. But I also still have to go through and contact a bunch of artists. I haven't done that yet to be like, hey, is it cool that this song is in this playlist? I kind of want to do that once I'm closer to 100 hours. Because it's going to take me forever, and a lot of them might release other tracks, and it's like, hey, here's a collection of songs of yours on here. Is it cool? Instead of saying, hey, is it cool if these and anything else you put on here is cool? Oh, and there's a link from Lily. I fucking love the channel name, Flamboyant Obsession. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm marking those on red. Actually, no, I could actually add that right now. Hold on. One second. I was double checking if they have a quick info thing saying that it's cool to use their remixes and things. Just, I always like looking for those things quick. Okay, they straight up say that they allow you to use their tracks in videos and such as long as credit is given, and I'm gonna have like fucking everything available. Okay then. Guys, now added to the stream playlist. This civilians is apparently they're super anti-corporate or vague enough that I rarely, if ever, gets warnings. So it's not cyberpunk, so it's kind of nice that the community embraces anti-corporate. The use of copyright in a lot of cases is corporate, but also copyright is literally intended to protect the artists. Like, literally it is intended to protect the artists. It doesn't give a fuck about corporate stuff. It's the way that it's implemented in a lot of ways that people consider, like, you know, anti-corporate and such. Or, sorry, as a corporate institute and such, is because a lot of times those individuals who are funding these things to be made, and so they're saying, we don't want other people using it, so because we're the ones who are responsible for this thing getting made, we're going to be the ones who say that people can't use it, and then it becomes an abuse thing from there. But you can still very easily get away with it in a way that is not corporate whatsoever. At all. So, and the only reason I'm even responding like this is because this discussion had nothing to do with that at all, and you immediately went into, like, copyright is corporate, and I'm like, I can't have a job if the copyright didn't exist, so, like, I have to actually make this very clear when it's a good use case. Go get the rat! Speaking of, get the rat! There's a rat on screen! Throw spheres at it! Knock it out! And of course the Team Rocket members already have it! Of course! Doing edge cover, edge course talk about the runs. Yeah, no, it's fine. I got it covered. Shut you. Where's that Team Rocket arts of yours? No, they're telling me to shut my mouth. Alright, telling you too. People here know better. You know, like I said, I iterate my statements because, you know, the clear delineation is an important step. There's a lot of reasons to be upset at corporates. Trust me. A lot of fucking reasons. But no, copyright existing is not. How it's used, yeah, it can be annoyed. But thankfully, the use cases that I'm doing this is quite literally just contacting the artist and say, hey, is it cool if this is used here? Which is, you know, a perfect use case of it. I'm using exactly as it should be. Yeah. Capitalism. Yeah. But those are topics that my still getting used to having social energy brain cannot get into today, and I do apologize. But today's gonna be one of those days where it's like, but crabs though. Normally I would throw I would be in on this discussion like easily and instantly, but I don't want to burn out of all my energy at the beginning of the stream, especially when I gave myself bare minimum like an hour and a half to work. Bare minimum, I said. I will go longer if I need to, and by need to I mean want to, because I'll just end stream whenever I really want to, honestly. Some 8-ball replies. Go. Vomits on your shoes. Instead of, like, you know, actually answering the question, it's just vomits on your shoes. What's the personality you're going with? Or is it just, like, gremlin energy? And your bot literally lets people time themselves out. So, like, I assume it's gremlin energy. Okay, yeah. Vomits on your shoes. Ask me on February 29th. Might be a funny one. You shake an ape and starts RPing at you? Oh my god. Isn't this even a good choice selection? Yeah, no, almost a lot of this, I say almost all, a lot of stuff that I end up listening to doesn't trigger anything as well. Which is, you know, very nice that there's a very, very active music scene that makes entirely original stuff that's completely free from like any of the DMCA stuffs, DMCA or like automatic copyright protection systems. It's like, it is actually super, super fucking awesome. And I love that there's always going to be a music scene like that. Like in every single genre and field, there's always going to be a way to find just like fucking awesome stuff that's like, yeah, you just use this. We're here making stuff because we want to make stuff. Like the fact you want to use it and want to like play it as well is like literally a compliment. Please do. It's like, fuck yeah. Defend you legally if your cover gets stuck in a problem. Hey, that's cool. That's really cool. There's a law does not render law evil, invalid, or incorrect. Rather, yep. See, and this is where I said like, yep. I knew the hands. I could feel the gunny claws. Yeah. I haven't even read it yet. I'm just gonna say right now, I can already tell that that message is going to be a case, very much a. This is a thing that exists for good reason. It sucks it's used in a wrong way by a lot of cases, but it should exist for the reasons it was intended for, because it's still able to do that.
Stretch your wrist.
I'm gonna read through this while I'm stretching my wrist.
Or else.
Fine, Win. You don't have to yell at me. Original law does not render the law evil, invalid, or incorrect. Rather, the highlights where it may fall short or whether other laws may inadvertently enable such things through our interactions. Also, the acts of entities do not represent all entities, declaring a court, all court bad as sweeping allegations ignore saying and all good court. Like charity, LGBT, youth. I will contact cynical hate or add and work at all times, combat the bad. Now the bad happens to be or use. Okay, I was pretty close with my assumption of what it would be before going into that. Yeah. Yeah, Gunny's not, like, directing it at you, so I genuinely, Gunny is someone who will, like, something that is brought up that he's very, very passionate about. He will state exactly where he stands on the topic, no matter what stage in the discussion it may be at. Stretching the wrist. All right, wristy stretchied. Yeah, and I appreciate not wanting to dive too far into it. Like I said, it's a topic that I'm more than willing to go over in detail in the future. Because yeah, there is a lot of like, you know, genuinely good discussion that can be had in it. But today I'm drawing monster yeen boobs. Welcome to the stream. Bring me the contract, I'm gonna bring him to the king. It's like I'm resisting the urge to like talk more on it. Fuck. Oh my god. Fun 8-ball questions. Or answers. Bun, have it call them a lefsa. Just like you're such a lefsa. It's almost Easter, yep! It's almost Easter. I have to make a... Or I want to make a tail to level up. We'll see if I am able to. I kind of want to work on these things first rather than that, honestly. For a job player volunteer work, all praising what they do and thanking me about, because it gets you soft and blunt and combating citizen, blanket hate and admin topics, critical research and target actions of charities or corporations. Yeah. Yeah. Contracts, go bring them to the king. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. One of the few songs on this playlist actually has the lyrics to it. Bun, have it shove them into a small box with plenty of air holes. I like how it's like, oh yeah, it could be yes or no questions, and then I'm just going like, okay, but what if it just doesn't answer at all and instead just does shit to them? That's where I'm at. Yeah, and there's a lot I can say too. But again, I do not want it to be happening right now. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. My problem right now... Win doesn't have any suggestions for 8-ball answers. The fuck? 8-ball has the fluid. If we try to charge clock, can open drink the fluid. Because I just thought we'll see a feature. We couldn't break the thing. Yeah, no. A friend of mine actually, you know, cracked one open and drank the fluid. And he was able to see the future. He said he was gonna die, and then he did. It was crazy. That's a joke. That's a joke. Friend of mine did not crack open an 8-ball and drink it. Got any people are free to DM if like longer discussions are wanted. I'm just saying, this stream today, not the place. And that goes for everyone. That is not even directed at you specifically, Gunny. That's just what we're doing today. I want to save my energies today. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going over to my mother's place to help cook stuff for Easter, so I won't be streaming tomorrow. And it's very likely I won't be around much tomorrow because I'm going over there at noon, and knowing how this stuff goes, I'm gonna end up cooking a lot of the food because I'm a better cook. And then I'll be hanging out with family for like most of the afternoon. I'm sorry I know you too, Gunny. What the fuck? What the fuck are you here for? Who gave you mod? That's crazy. Oh yeah, totally different topic. The poison dart frogs are starting to get more brave, more comfortable with their little home that they have. Because I went to feed them. I went to feed them, and when I opened the door and put a bunch of put the flies in there, one of the frogs popped up and grabbed one of the flies. It was hiding underneath the leaf coverage in the enclosure, right where I was feeding. Right where I have been feeding them. So it's just like, I'm gonna get one first. And just immediately popped up and bit one and like got one of the flies. It's like, fucking poison dart frogs are sneaky. These are doing a lot of Foxglove comics and Star Wars work. Want to make progress. Hey. Excited for you. Looking forward to the week not having to resist opening your eggs anymore. There you go. Giving in. I'm trying to think how best I want to position this eye. Because I feel like it's... if I actually angle this mouth up a little bit. Because right now, this eye structure is implying it's shaped like this, but the nose structure is implying it's shaped like this, so it's kind of curving really wrong. I'm trying to kind of pull up some of the elements on the side here to help match this angle. What's this song? What is this song? What? The eyes escaping, you really are. I could probably just bring the eye down, honestly, and that might help out a lot too. Oh, it's Majora's Mask. Oh, it's the Stone Tower in Majora's Mask. Okay, I so rarely went to the Stone Tower in Majora's Mask. I was there for like the bare minimum amount of time you had to be, and then I left. It was fairly late game. That's where I think it is. Give us some teeth. Some teeth shaped. Because they bulge out a bit. Teeth have shape. How do I want to do this? Honestly, I think that I might have to just move the eye angle down a little bit here. Because that just feels like it's going to work out better. Yeah, we'll see how this kind of works. Oh, Farusha's jumping down. Where are you going? Kitten Adventures. God, that eye is really just not doing it for me. Do we just cover it up with the hair? I think that actually would just look a lot better too, compositionally. So we're just gonna hide the crime because this hair's popping up a lot more than I kind of want it to, just to show that eye, and the eye I'm struggling with. So let's just move the hair in a better position. Make it look better compositionally and also hide our crimes. Sometimes, you know, putting the hands in the pockets is genuinely the best way of progressing through a piece of art. The important thing is knowing when you do it because you can't do a thing and when you're doing it because it just works out better. And in this case, it's because I can't do a thing, so I'm a coward. Okay, hold on. Yeah. We have cat. Cat cam. Oh, come on. Just say hi to the stream for a bit. You know, you want to go in your bed. You did not want to be on camera. Guess what? Get wrecked. You're on camera right now. She doesn't know. Yeah, she just didn't want to get held right there. She's probably a bit annoyed at me because I didn't play with her this morning. Yeah. Right, back to art. More 8-ball. In light of recent events, wriggles away. Wriggles away, wriggles happily, wriggles negatively. There you go. There's 3 more. And you definitely have no heart, right? Like, that's in there already? It freaking better be. No, you don't have it in there? Well, frickin' put it in there. Also, a yes, but an angry frowny face, too. A no with a heart, a yes with an angry face. Oh, Costco order to arrive right now. I'm in 3.5 hours and post. I smoked salmon and bagels. Aww. Poor bat. Don't worry. You have us for at least another 45 minutes to distract you. Isn't True Locks cause smoked cured bone soft brine to get the flavor going? I get you. Trying to think if I want to really try and add in the patterning, and I feel like I kind of have to. Yeah, I feel like I kind of have to. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy up this layer to save a copy of it in case I fuck this up horribly. And now we're going to go in and try to get some of the yin patterning. See, and this is where this style of digital painting can really fall flat. Is trying too much with patterning stuffs. Because sometimes you just don't have a whole lot of room in your color palette to really work. Weeb! Lychee Moshi. That sounds tasty though. Engie. Oh, bun, that's another good one. Just Angie. Yeah, just Angie. Actually, Angie with a question mark is a little funnier. You could even make that a different one. It's just like, there's Angie and then there's Angie? Like, am I supposed to be angry about this? There's something you find hilarious? Oh no. Okay, what is it? What's going on? Eyebrow. So far, we're getting kind of the patterning in. All right, I see a message. Just kind of rounding these out a little bit more. This is the part of the other day. Saw Sony staff stuff on display. Immediately started dissing Xbox as a PlayStation fan. Dissing Xbox. Sorry, dissing Xbox PlayStation fans. I know, right? Fanboys suck. And he laughed and agreed. The 15 later paused and said, "Fuck." That actually is very fucking funny. Yeah, I had a plumber in not too long ago, which is in and of itself its own fucking story. But while he was here, we were just kind of like chatting or whatever. He's like, "Oh, you know, what do you do for a living?" And you said you work from home and everything. Or like, do you do office work? And go, "No, actually, I'm an artist." He goes, "I don't even know the beginnings of what that is. Like, you got any examples of your work? Like, what's going, like, you know, what you do?" I go, "Yeah, sure, let me show you." So I brought him down in the office, and I was like, I'm trying to think, like, what do I show the guy? Because, like, I have some traditional stuffs, but I haven't done that in a while, and a lot of it's in storage, so I guess I'm showing them digital stuff. What do I pull up for digital stuff? And so I ended up pulling up the 15-minute painting folder, and I just cycled through a bunch of the 15-minute paintings. And, you know, I was telling him, like, yeah, I do graphic design and such, too. This is just some of the stuffs. And, like, yeah, and when I said, like, "Oh, yeah, no, these were all done in 15 minutes, he was just like, "I could never do any of this shit." And I go, "Yeah, neither could I." It's like, and I had to have this whole fucking discussion with a plumber on learning your trade, which I'm certain is something he actually understood pretty fucking well, given, you know, plumber, and a fairly new one at that. So yeah, that it was a very interesting experience having to discuss with like a, you know, a tradesperson the concept of, yeah, you don't have to know everything going in, do you? Yeah, right. I think it's probably like that. I guess that's one reason why I'm really clear in a lot of cases differentiating the phrase talent from skill, saying someone is really talented versus saying someone's really skilled. Because you get cases like that where they see the end result and they go, "Well, I can't even begin to imagine getting to the point where I could do that because I can't do that right now." And it's like, well, neither could I when I started. I mean, it's just a really common thing with a lot of stuff with art in particular, is that people see the end result and assume that's just kind of not think about the rest of it. Can't say assume, but just not think about the rest of it. Howdy, Apple. Hope you're well. More April. Slight reference to what we were just talking about. It's ironic you ask me when you already know the answer. There you go, bun. That's a great one. bad. Another one? Too bad. I have no more. You can't think of anything? Like, wow. Pretty bad 8-ball. Can't even come up with more answers. How the 8-ball just says, no, I'm a pretty bad 8-ball. Why are you even asking me? There you go. Got a freebie right there. Then why are you asking me? If you got so many, I have to still expand mine. A lot of my answers actually have to go through and add, like, you know, a half dozen more results to everything. It feels like it's all getting a little stale. No. Work for it. Earn it. My favorite pastime is folks asking what games I play or love, because Sony Dev and listening off niche indie is the only thing they're confused. Yeah, exactly. I found that guy the other day. I mean, people are people. It's like, he's always gonna have a lot more going on with them than the one thing from. It's actually one of the best tips I ever got for when talking to people for the first time is you never ask them what their job is until that's literally the last thing you can think of to ask. Because so oftentimes people really want to identify like along the lines of their job or career. So it's just like, oh, you ask them what their hobbies are and other shit. What do they do for fun? For like, you know, what do they do otherwise? And that tends to get a lot better results. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what the hell your job is, right? And if it's something that they're really passionate about, they'll tell me about it anyways. In games you play, has anyone been able to sink their teeth No Man's Sky shipbuilding yet? I have not done or seen anything of No Man's Sky really, not in a while. Jones actually adds to the convo. It's such a big label. Yeah. And it works both ways. Once people say what their job is, they tend to really want to discuss that going forward. Journal X. Is that like an axe that you use to like cut up journals? It's like, oh, you gotta destroy an old, like, you know, an old, like, you know, personal diary or something. You're worried people are gonna find it? Send it over to me. We'll put it onto the wood block. It'll be gone by the end of the day. No one's getting that thing back. Anyways, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, look, a shiny Rapidash with its cool blue flames. Ah, Lily caught it. Bitch. Uh-oh. Fighting amongst Team Rocket members. Slug my balls. It's Great Flames. Because they wanted to be an edgy unicorn. And then they just made a unicorn later on. It's clear you haven't played the CD version of Pokemon Journal X. If Zay cracked the joke, I would have bapped. It is risky jumping into a stream and the first thing you do is highlight a message trying to do a slug my balls joke. Normally people wait a few minutes before they do that. Attempt to read the room. If I didn't know better, I would think it's an attempt to troll. Alrighty, patterning is kind of going well. Gonna make these spots a little bit bigger. Because also don't want them to be too detailed, I don't think. Let's actually kind of blur this a little bit. We really don't want these to be too detailed. Once it's kind of getting away from the face, we just want to like lose detail. We're losing focus down here. We're trying to focus in on the face and such. All right, let's get some teeths in. And kind of start up here. Kind of like the idea of the teeth being like kind of a little bit jagged almost. Give one more crumb of 8-ball. Let me make a sandwich and get back to you. There you go. You didn't say a good one. Okay, give us a little bit of the gums here. See, I'm drawing right now, even though I just washed it last night, my glove is gripping to the tablets a little bit. Would that be time to replace it? I'm be real to you, I've never had a glove grip to the screen, to the tablet. I guess? Yeah, I actually have never had a glove grip to the tablet screen, and right now I'm using like, hold on. Right now I'm using one that's actually just a compression glove, and it's like got all the fucking like gnarly bits on it that I have to try and remove of it like going through the wash a few too many times. So I'm a bad person to ask. I'm sorry. It's time to replace the tablet. There you go. The glove's actually fine. The tablet just hates it. It's like, all right, well, you don't play nice, tablet. Get out of here. Like, I presume if, like, you know, it gets sweaty or something, then that can make the glove stick. And if you washed it, then that's the thing. It might actually, thinking on it, right? It might be the surface of your tablet. Might be, like, because my tablets are, like, glass screened. So, of course, they're going to be far more smooth than a lot of other screens that you might see. Shoot, what's your question? Designing an OC? I suppose if you want to drop a link to it, I am down to take a quick look at it on stream here. I am curious to see what you're up to. Give us a little bit of a stronger color delineation here. Under the thread, once artists regretted rubbing mineral oil over their tablet to reduce friction on their gloves. Oh my god, that sounds awful. That sounds so bad. What the tablet tastes like afterwards? If anything for me, I'm supposed to be the dad to one of your OCs. Well. How about this as a initial thing? If the statement is that you're trying to get, like, you know, even just a relative of another character of yours, an important first thing to ask is, why do you feel like you need to have a, like, you know, other family member of the character? If it's an attempt to make kind of, you know, into more of a story thing, and, you know, this character is just one element in the story and you want them to have a father, then ask what that character is doing in the story. If it's just for the purpose of, I think they should have one, then, I mean, honestly, if you really feel like they just should have one, then just kind of take around half of the traits that you feel are unique to the character and say, all right, that has it too. Change up the colors a bit. Done. But if you're willing to make like a whole new character, then separate it from dad of one of my OCs and just design the personality of a character, what you want to have as a new character, and then you assign them physical traits that can tie them to the OC. It's like, oh, the character's I don't know, a freaking crossfox. All right, well, one of the parents should be a crossfox. It's like, okay, well, I want it to be purple. Well, maybe you make the dad purple. You could also make the dad blue, just to help justify why the kid may be purple. Just to help, you know, ease in a transition between the two. The second character appears in story a few times. I have his character's sister as a mom already with art. Well, you have 2/3 of the relationship in order to figure out what the dad may look like. Honestly, it really is a case of, since you have so much of the other family members, the physical aspects of them should be the least of your worries. You don't have to think nearly as hard for that. You just have to make them look similar to the sister and OC, and have the mother also look similar to the sister and OC, right? It's like, you don't have to have them be like, oh, they're missing. No one in the family has blue eyes. I need to add that. It's like, well, you can just blame recessive gene or whatever. If they even ask, right? No one's really probably going to. So you don't have to cover every single little feature of the characters. Really, you just turn it into, what do you want the father figure to be? And at that point, that becomes a very strong story element and very strong story beat. If the father is like really dismissive or controlling, well, that becomes something that's really important to have in the story, rather than something you ask someone who doesn't know the story very well, right? If the character is someone who you just want to be like, you know, a supporting father figure to help ease the character into stuff, then support a father figure, right? It becomes far more of a case of the personality is more important than the strict aesthetics, right? I've been bamboozled. Very yellow bananas, unripe inside, and a bit crunchy. That's just all, I don't know, that's just all the potassium jam-packed in there. There you go, you're just crunching on pure potassium. You know, by asking, you know, for help with the OC, I feel like you're thinking in the wrong stage of the character. So back it up a bit, figure out what the character is doing in the story, what their purpose is, flesh out their personality and how they impact the story, if at all. If they're just a background character, then they just are a background character, right? They're not super relevant. You don't have to make them anything other than like standard dad figure, right? But since you have all the aesthetics basically figured out with the other family members, that's least of the worries currently. Figure out where they're at, what they're doing, then aesthetics, and that can be just slapdash together and more effort put into it depending on how important the character really is. There you go. There's your answer. Radioactive potassium. Yeah, all potassium. Crunchy potassium. feel like I'm zoomed in way too far. And I feel like once I zoom out, I'm gonna notice that I'm putting too much detail on this. Oh, that's actually not looking too bad. Because you can get radiation poisoning a lot. Because you're like me and make the character first and figure out everything afterwards. Both directions are valid. You just cleaned the tablet. Think you helped a bit. Hopefully. I ruined for you. You know, both directions of character design are completely valid. You can have the design first and then figure out a personality later. Or you can try and figure out a personality and then figure out what you're trying to illustrate with them.
Stretch your wrist, Zay.
Alright, I'll stretch my wrist. Stretching the wrist. Everyone else should as well, alright? Get up, stretch your back. Stop shrimping. Posture check. Get a glass of water, alright? I have to stretch my wrist for like 30 seconds or something in each pose. So I'll be here for like a minute and a half. I just remembered I actually have a timer so I can actually look at stuff. I have one of my hairs just on my nose. Ha! Get fucked, hair. Stretching the wrist. Bit of concept, bit of nerdy guy who loves history and swords both because he's very patient with them both. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good dad. On the full moon, he transforms into a vicious beast, and they have to lock him in a cage in the basement. Oh, yeah. This is dad, not a daddy. All right. That's an answer. All right, stretch my wrist. Get back to some art. So I got 17 minutes. I think actually I'll finish this painting by then. Now what is the Pokemon right now? Q-Fant! A few of my RCs can be considered daddies. Thankfully, I can say with utmost certainty none of them are rabbits. Because Bun here is trying to be daddy and that she just can't. Sorry. Oh, you got a Q-Fant! Congrats! I'm very daddy, excuse you. You're excused. They're all losing snake throwing dudes. Fuck yeah. Alright, I like them Teeves. Teeves are kind of nice. They're not like the best Teeves ever, but you know what? They're Teeves enough. I want to redefine, or not redefine, I just want to refine, that's the word I'm looking for, refine the patterning up here a little bit more. Oh, big snake. Bigger yin nose. I can't change that right. I'm not, let me phrase it. I'm not willing to change that big of an aspect right now. Yeah, there we go. Big snake. Big friend. I think too. All right, let's just add in some highlight details. Actually, I need to kind of refine this nose a bit. I kind of stepped away from it earlier. And not much a fan. See, now I can actually make it bigger. That actually isn't that nearly as big a deal as I thought it was. My bad for doubting you. Shua. Shua is the word for snake in the Hopi Native American tribe language. Oh, that's actually cool shit. Threaten to start and grow more magnificent daddy beard. Or start T? Oh, testosterone? I thought you just like misspoke and put T in again at the end of start. See, you can say threaten all you want, but keep in mind, I would love you either way. But if you start growing a beard, I'm gonna have you shave it because that shit's scratchy. Shut your mouth. Lost my snacky appetite with the one bite of unripe banana. Well, at least now you're not being tortured for food. Like for food cravings. Easy. Happy to have helped. I'm liking that. Couple of kind of longer hair indicators. And let's actually reduce the opacity on this tool a little bit for the dark lines. Does not take many of these extra strands for it to really feel like it's hair. Hells yeah, characters getting art. It's a something. I'll write that file. That muted so y'all can't hear my desktop. Yeah, this one's done. For deserve more than that. That's very dramatic that it was even that bad. Okay, and then change resolution to be something more reasonable. All right, so we have to do a little animation, and then we have to do a thing for Bun. Bun is being a brat. I had to sub for freaking 3 years or something. The work on yours next, up on the other screen. All right, I don't know what I'm doing here. I kind of want to have just like, it's just the belly and it's just opening. Honestly, that just sounds like fun. Cat. Did this literally backwards. No, I did that right. Dang it. Something like that kind of works. The underside of the boob edge is up here. I kind of want this like looking up at the character. Which means I actually should have the thicker side on the bottom. So having this really wide part up here doesn't do us any favors. Gonna be mostly just the initial sketch, I can already tell. People don't like body horror stuffs. I mean, you can tune out for a bit. I'll say when it's done. We're gonna be at this for like at least like 20 minutes though. Okay, hold on. So if we're drawing the mouth, you want that tooth is like that, and the rest as they go away are angled like that. Okay. I'm trying to remember like how to draw teeth, because it's really important when you're doing an angle like this. How teeth work. Just Google search, how do teeth? That. Okay, this should be fine. Then we have like kind of the gums here. These big old smiles. Again, a lot of this is going to be just the sketching to start, and then it's, I don't think it's going to be too much work from after that. Smile! Smile, you're on camera. So what I'm planning for this is I want it to be a, like, my stomach is growling type of vibe. So it's just like, you know, here's the stomach, and basically it's going to be doing a very basic, like, growl. But, okay, bring out the timeline. All right. His stomach, it's, yeah, exactly. It's funny. It's a really clever joke. So what we can do is we just kind of like stretch and squish this a little bit just to get us started. I don't know why, but I kind of want to like open near the bottom, and then like it kind of like goes up the mouth a little. Because I imagine that this is a very fluid overall motion. And bring in the breast just a little bit. That's way too fucking subtle, Zay. Just redraw it. You're an adult. Because it's constricting a little bit more at the top. Wave of grow, exactly. Wave of growl. Well, I had to make that so sarcastic but funny, I guess. Thanks for at least admitting that I'm funny. Okay, layer. Not layer 4, layer 3, Zay. I can read. Alright, now this one we want. Why is my pocket buzzing me? Who's calling me? I'm gonna have to answer this and see who this is. 1 second. There it is. So that was an automated call from the physical therapist department saying, hey, you have a scheduled appointment at like this time. And I've been getting those constantly because I have twice a week for only a little bit longer, thankfully, but still it's like, you know, it's going to be a thing. And it's like, hello, this is an automated call from blank blank clinic. We're calling about hyphen. We're experiencing technical difficulties right now. Please call again later. And it hangs up on me. Yeah. Apparently, my name is Hyphen. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Alright, so let's just see how this looks currently. The transparent, how's this? Okay, yeah, we definitely have to have the teeth kind of open though. So this one is at the bottom. So the bottom teeth are what's going to be opened. Trying to think of like what the best direction to take this. Without having to spend 13 years animating. I'm just gonna use like black for the line work on this. Doing animation? Yeah. This is for Felis's the sub thing. Booba and Teeve, what can go wrong? Exactly. Yeah, because they did the, you know, year-long sub stuffs. So they got a character drawn and then they just like gifted a fuck ton of subs. So I was like, I guess I'm animating this one. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Try not to think too hard on how it's being drawn, honestly. He says that. Still thinking too hard on how it's being drawn. Nothing. Give you the brain cell. Can someone do the brain cell redeem? Thank you. What are you gonna do with the brain cell? Have fun? I guess. That's a valid answer. Okay, turn on onion skin, because I need to see what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, now the bottom is pretty much closed. The middle is what's opening up, so let's actually just start with the middle. So it's further out. Ohio? What the fuck are you saying? I'll change the angle of the tees. Something like that. Literally make that knot just suddenly curve really weirdly. There we go. Bring that up a little bit. I'm trying to, since we only have like 4 frames animation I'm really working with right now, I need to make sure that all of the attempts to kind of draw these things don't line up perfectly with the previous frame, or else it'll look like it's weirdly static for a frame. And that's, since that's a quarter of our entire frame count, it look really weird. And thicken up these corners a smidge. That's where the gum line is. Okay, and this mouth is brought down really far because of this. It's like attempting to angle this correctly while I'm going, because I really don't want to have to go back over all this again. This is like just starting to open as well. Because again, we only have 4 frames, so we do have to like move this up kind of rapidly. Oh, it's KK Slider version. I was about to say, what the fuck am I doing with Jack Stauber in the playlist? Everything kind of moved down a bit more than I liked. Okay, so it's moving up. So now this spot is pretty much going to be all closed, and this spot's going to be opening on the next one. Okay, big shape. I really did not push the shapes nearly strong enough when I was just doing the frame edits. And move this up a little bit more. Electrify my golden tune. And this one is starting to close. It's very close to where the previous line was. Let's actually bring this in a little bit sharper. What the fuck? What?
Turon?
Turon! 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 Very Turon today. It very is Turon today. I approve. Spin. Also, I approve of the spins. What is that? Well, right now I am drawing a belly mouth. Why? Kind of crazy to ask that, honestly. What I've been doing for the last, 20 minutes. So that's this one. Yeah, it comes in from this side. Almost done with this animation. All right, last frame, which is the top open. A Phoebus! Zay's happy game players having sudden flashbacks. Let's actually extend this out one more frame, and let's actually add in frame 1 again. So that way I can see kind of how this compares between the two. And yeah, no, green is way fucking bigger than I really intended. Oh wait, no, duh, because it's this is the most closed and that's the most open. Can I run this thing backwards? Hold on a second. So we go then back to 3, then 2, then 1. Which I guess we cut off 1. So yeah, theoretically I can just go backwards. All right, let's see how that looks later. So yeah, we have to have the top be the most open it's going to be. No one got the ugly duckling. One person tried and it just went fuck off. Okay, so that one's that one. We have this tooth. Tooth's up. And this tooth. Then these ones are pretty much closing up. Yeah, we need to pull this in a little bit tighter then. And I had an idea for this, but kind of depends on how this looks. That just might add a good bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see how I'm feeling on it. So my brain is in overdrive right now, so not very much thinky. Trying to close off an animation. It's not the easiest part of this. When the first one is shaped like that, and I know this is getting shaped like that. I know this was like open, but still, it's like throwing me off. The whole thing kind of climbed quite a bit, actually, which I'm not really against, honestly. Just something I have to be mindful of when I go to look at it later and it looks all off, and I'll be like, well, that's why. This layer needs a lot of cleaning up. This one needs to be larger. Yeah, EPs are taking you a nap. Have fun, take care. Go take care, Gunny. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Rest well. Do as you can. Good luck tomorrow. Catch up all the stuffs. But be sure to get some rest as well. I'm going to be finishing this up and then the thing for Bun and maybe doing level up, kind of depending on how my is a feeling. So far, it's feeling pretty decent. Nope, top 10 and fish hoarders. Dusk is number 1 in lurkers, but you got the most fish, so congrats. Okay, and then this loops back down, so let's just see how this looks real quick. That is so fucking fast. Okay, I'm just gonna see how this looks if I delay the animation significantly. Like 5 frames each. It's not awful, honestly. Sure. And then one last little thing. Animation layer. Animation folder. Let's actually just instead make this or turn on keyframes for this layer instead. Because, yeah, what we're gonna do is we slap a keyframe right here. And then by the end, we have it kind of fade off. So it moves up there. And then we also change the opacity of the layer. So at this point, we add a keyframe. Then over here, we make the opacity 0, and let's just see how that looks. And let's start that like here-ish. Start up here and add a twist to it as it moves. Then give it a very slight fade in. Okay. The downside is that currently it's hanging on that final frame a little bit too long, so we're just going to move that down. And move all of this stuff over. That's not bad. I said one more thing, but technically I have one more thing. I'm not coloring it, I'm just adding in the background and coloring in the lines. And that is as simple as that. And I don't know, let's just see how this layer looks. Yeah, it's used to bright green, honestly. It bugs me you can't see its fucking teeth. I'm not doing like a full animation, I swear. I'm gonna use a fucking very simple tool that I have to hopefully make this easier to see. That Moon, Dom, and Dixie? Moon, Dawn, and Ixie? Either way, thank you so much for the watch. I'm overachieving. Welcome to my stream. I am finishing up this here animation. Then I have to move on to a different animation. Hope you're having a good time. And then I get back to completely losing track of time and everything as I draw this. Oh, missed some spots on this one. I honestly think I need to make this color back to normal. Okay, that basically fixes all my problems. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Whee! Yep. Yeah, overwrite that, and I export this as the correct file format. The animation, animate GIF. Alright. Guys, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Alright, let me send over all the files. I actually didn't even send over the other one yet. So I just sent over the painting, and now I send over this animation. All right. Yeah, putting this in the arts channel of my Discord server. So doodle. And then the proper parts. The painting, I mean. All right. Now I gotta do a thing for Bun. Oh my gosh. Image back. Is Bun. Poltergeist. Benui. Hope I don't make the ears look like the wrong species entirely. Still not really getting it perfect, I'll be honest, but you know what? Screw it. Alright, yeah, let's actually turn that into sketch layer. I can actually do this with like cleaner lines. By that, I mean I'm using a symmetry tool for a little bit of this. That's something I actually do want to work on, is just like making my own symmetry. What a Benui is after all these years, I know, right? All this year we've been dating. And all the times that you've changed your species. Change Daminal. I feel like Robun is significantly different enough from just Bun that you can change up the ear style. And Ardwolf Bun, or at least I've known you since there was a lot of Ardwolf influence. So like, I mean, how can I say for certain that I've done everything correctly? You're wrong. Okay. Yeah, I'm totally wrong. How dare I? And trying to piece together what the fuck I'm doing with this. Hand is the wrong angle. Which means thumb's the wrong angle. Hey, leg! Show his leg. There you go. There you go. Shows leg. This is my ID. Well, it looks like you claimed a trophy. This is proof I slayed the beast. So this folder, okay. This is not sufficient proof. I think this is sufficient proof. All right. I've been live for 2 hours. I'm gonna take a quick look through my my ideas folder and just to be like, oh, do I have an easy thing I could do for a tailed levelo? A lot of flycatchers. Okay, there's actually one idea here that I really do like, but it's... Oh, it'd be so weirdly difficult, but it might be really fucking fun. Okay. So, I had this one concept, right? It was a character that had... they were mechanical character, right? So they, you know, weren't like a biological in origin, something or another. And they had all this really fancy gold filigree, and like their bones were the, like, you know, energy cores running through the body, and the wires that were like their blood was like visible, right? It was put on very clear on display. So like a glass chest plate, and you could see the inner workings of this mechanical character. But they're very shy. So they, you know, the inventor made this individual to kind of show off how good they were at their job, but the character's really shy and doesn't like showing any of this. So they have, like, you know, they will oftentimes like try to cover it up or wear clothing and such to make it so you can't see the like really ornate leg that they have, shit like that. I think that might be kind of a fun concept. The problem is that that's such a fucking complex thing that I don't think I could do that like today. Okay, so where I'm on a string level up. I hear bones. Yeah. Working on the like once a year tailed level up design. And currently the thoughts are a character with a automaton character, I think is the best phrase I can think of, an automaton. But the inventor was so proud of his invention that a lot of the internal mechanisms are exposed. So it's like, you know, there's glass covering like the skeletal bone structure and it's all covered in like this fancy filigree. So yes, you did in fact hear bones. But it's trying to make the character look like shy. Yeah, steampunk is probably pretty accurate. Very interesting. Yay! I have decent character design sometimes. It's like trying to... oh gosh, it's like I'm trying to think how best to make them look shy while also exposing all the bits and pops of gizmos. Yeah, last year's tailed level up feels picked up. Then I gotta draw them for oh my god, art fight. Do I have this hand up and they're kind of looking at that? They look kind of in surprise right now. Trying to avoid eye contact. Their head is fucking huge right now. And level up. This is, so far, I'm liking the pose and everything. I think this is kind of getting what I want across. The problem is going to be, inevitably, when I try to make this character covered in filigree and like, you know, glass and gears and cogs, and it's just like, oh gosh. This stage is going to be the easy part. So the fact that it went super well at least gives me hope that maybe the rest will be the easy part too. Who fucking knows? Big ol' pops, though. Luigia! Congrats on your Luigia. Oh, Team Rocket got struck again. How dare they? Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. I'm going to give them no mouth. I know I did that for the last tailed level up, but honestly, I think it works really well when you have an automaton who's very shy, that they just have no capacity to speak or make it, or it's a lot harder for them to articulate what they are shy about. Cliche! I mean, and? I could easily add in a mouth, but I feel like I would be incentivized to try and make a bunch of technical jargon on their face. I don't know. I'll actually run with a mouth for currently. Don't forget that this is a tailed level up, Zay. Alright. And let's actually go on a new layer and work on this with the concept of the mechanical parts and such. So we have like, I don't know, like brass part here. That has some separations to allowing things to move. Internal bone structure on the arm. By internal bone structure, I mostly mean it's just this, like, I don't know, rod, gonna make it out to be like some sort of rod of energy. This is going to get very complex before it gets not complex. A little sparking bit on here might be kind of fun. Bring this down to just like a point. Kind of want to have, yeah, let's have glass tubing on this one, on this part of the body. Oh yes, ellipses in perspective. Always my most fun part. That's a lie, I hate this shit. And It's like, I don't think I like that pointed connection thing there. Yeah, right. Fun. Like, honestly, this is gonna be a very fun character to draw, but also a very not fun character to have to, like, over-design intentionally. Because this is also not even my lines. This is just sketchy. Like, this is sketch layer still. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think this is not going to be one I could really do, but I like the idea, so I think I'm going to keep working on it and hate myself for overcomplicating yet another design. Okay, this elbow being like this, I honestly am not a fan. Voice ray that bish. Make this background red so I can kind of see the difference easier. There we go. Like the concept of this creature. Honestly, I really like the concept of the creature. And you're free to take the concept for stuffs as well, by the way. No new colors underneath the sun. If it's something that you want to explore with for your own characters or just a new design, feel free to run with it. It'll look different than what I'm making. Just inevitably it will. I have no idea what on earth I'm making yet. It's like, how on earth am I gonna make a bunch of really complex looking filigree while also being mechanical? It's like, the fuck, brain? You really thought you could do this? God damn it. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Like exposed wire there. We could actually have this cap off here. And then have the elbow be a complex looking joint. Darn you, brain cells! How dare! And assuming I can make this character, they're gonna end up being an adopt as well. You'd be interested? Well, I mean, right now, I don't even know how far I'm going to be getting with the character. It's like, I wanted to have this character done in time for Easter, but I'd be working on this for a good few hours at this point, and I actually do have other things I wanted to do today. Before I don't have time tomorrow. This is like, we might only get as far today with this as... Yeah. So far today as with which to get a basic idea down. It's like, how on earth am I going to cap this? I guess I don't have to cap it. Do like that. Okay, and then we just have like kind of a in-between joint like this. I kind of want the hand to be largely normal. So what we're going to do is we are going to have just like a bit of glass. Well, no, we can't really have glass there. Okay, so we pull this forwards as like another connecting joint. I at least want this hand to be fairly normal. The other one I might make an ornate mess. I don't know. Okay, and this has kind of a matching shape, implying that this is just a removal of the thing here. However, it's also to facilitate the fact that it needs range of motion on the limb. All right. This is not even half as complex as I wanted this to look. So if that gets an idea of what I mean by like, I don't know how far this I'm going to be getting today. And I want, like, overall, this, you know, fictional inventor character is very proud of what they made and how lifelike and realistic it is. So they're not going to like make every single part of it a like mechanical function. They're going to have certain areas be totally normal because it passed itself off as totally normal. You know, barring the fact you can see the gears whirring inside and such. Doing steampunk level up? Kind of. It's like steampunk wasn't really the idea when I was coming up with it, but honestly it kind of works. Automaton level up. Remember back in the day when like, oh yeah, what are we gonna do for the tailed level up? I don't know, make him into a peep. And that's all it was. That was the only thought. No more. It's just, all right, make him a peep. And we made him into a peep candy. And that was the tailed level up that year. And it's like, you know what? That's a really nice design. I like that. And then slowly it has evolved into, but what if instead I make them a robotic automaton who is shy of its existence and doesn't like all the exposed glass and everything? It's like, what the fuck? Automaton? What of it? Up, right, down, down, down. Stop sending the level up down so much. It's very disorienting for them. I'll never cut a 500 kilogram bomb. Ah. Don't blow up the level up. Dance Dance Revolution, baby! Yeah, no, that's pretty fucking nerdy to know off the top of your head the fucking code for freaking bomb. Wow. Automaton who must die. Please don't kill the levelope who's shy about all their exposed parts and you want to kill because they are what they are. That's fucking rude. pretty level opus of you, honestly. If I'm gonna be honest here. It's very democratic of you. I didn't vote for you. No, Bon already has a Politoed. Get in the ball! I was about to say it's not allowed, but then it got in the ball. Hmm. It wasn't being very democratic, was it? I don't like that shape, honestly. So, trying to wonder if I want to add in like the chest floof, or if I want to have the chest be just like, you know, this glass rib cage-esque shape. I kind of like the idea of like a glass rib cage-esque shape a little bit more, because then I can kind of get away with like clavicle shape being part of this filigree. So we have like this, because I kind of want this vague sense of a rib cage. Now if we connect that, then it's not gonna, they're not gonna be able to move. We'll just have this kind of bend over like that. I love the idea of the chest being glass. And like there is no heart analog. There's just like gear whirring inside and such. Oh, this is like, it's like trying to layer a bunch of things on top of each other, and I don't know how well that's going to work. Okay, this is not going inside. This is like a shape on the outside of the glass case. not realistic rib cage setup, and that's intentional. Small! Thinking I'm probably not going to go too much longer, and then I might have to call this a stream. Because I have general paperwork shit I have to do. Yay. Can I see your Pokedex again? Stream decks, I think? Yep, there it is. Oh, what is this one? Ivysaur. Get fucked. Well, oh well. Easy come, easy go. None this time. Okay, so this is going to be glass. Nah. I ain't your baby girl. Yeah, I don't know. This ain't no drag stream. Not till I hit partner. Then you come in baby girl all you want. All right, so how am I going to internalize a lot of the stuffs here? Because we don't really want it to be stuffs with a, like, you know, real life counterpart. It'd be the one calling people baby girl, to be fair. That's true, actually. Slazar would definitely be calling other people baby girl. Okay, let's have like a reservoir. That's right where the heart would be. Shoot. Trying to think of like what is some mechanical facets that we could put in here. And of course, we gotta make things look really freaking fancy. Can't really make things look too fancy with this tool at this scale. Ribs! Yup. Right now I'm trying to think of like a fluid reservoir might be kind of neat. It's like something like that. And we could make this like the bottom of it naturally. So it's just this kind of pointed shape with intent. 360 do drag makeup, full drag king get up. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. But we're gonna need to get to Parta first. So make that happen. Come on. Okay. Reservoir. Cap on it. And there's just a tube on the top of it. Going off to who knows where. Sippy straw. Yep, it's sippy straw. All right, I kind of want to have like a gear in the back of
Stretch
this.
your wrists, A.
Give me a couple minutes. All right, I'm gonna zoom out. Get a chance to look at what we're done, and I'll stretch my wrist. That is, scratch my nose. Good boy. Yeah, come on. That's the... I think that's the term for a girl in the Garuda language. Oh, I'm thinking of Vo, V-O-E, being a boy, so Voy, no. It might... I know Vo is a guy. V-O-E. Good Vo. God, that culture is really fun to interact with. In almost every single game they've been in, they've been very fun to interact with. Fixed it. Yep, recovered. All right. It is currently 1:30. I think I might actually call this a stream here, just to kind of have an ending, and I have a understanding of what I'm doing here. I make no promise that this will be done by tomorrow. Saving that. Here's what we did today. This is my ID. Yes. Painting and a delamination. Leg. Yep. So yeah. that there's the stream. Where's my ending scene? Moving some stuff to the side. Is there someone I know online? Thank you for joining. If I go be an adult, I do have to fuck off and go be an adult. Yeah, no one that I know is online right now. Not that I can tell anyways. Okay. Yep, we're gonna let this one go off. Have a wonderful rest of your time, everyone. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I don't think I'll be streaming Monday either, honestly. So go be good beans. I'll see y'all in the future. Good night, goodbye, farewell. Happy weekend.